365, shake my hand. What's up, everybody? Good morning, London session. The date today is the 5th of July, right? It's a Monday. And real talk, apologies for everyone who was expecting a war room yesterday. I've had a migraine headache since about Saturday night. So Sunday I was down. I'm not feeling too good today, but I just wanted to do something, right, to keep my promise. So what I'll do now is we're going to talk about Euro pairs, right? About 6 to 7 of them. What I think is going to happen in the Euro this week. Bearing in mind, yesterday was the 4th of July, so it's a big holiday in the United States. So I'm expecting thin liquidity, right, across the markets. I can show you what we're looking at. So we'll talk about some live trades. I've already done a lot, right? I've done a lot of, I've done 2 big videos on NFP, right? So today is the Monday after NFP. And I think it's still a big, important theme, but if you want to kind of like have a look, somewhere up there, just click, right click that link, open a new tab, and then watch that video after this one, right? So that you are up to date with what I think is going to happen because of the NFP. But I do expect some thinner liquidity today. I really do, because again, big US holiday, big banks are closed, but still markets are moving and money is being made, right? So this is a trade I'm currently babysitting. I'm in the Euro USD. This is the 1 minute chart. I've just been watching these breaking structures and taking, perfect interest into them. And then we'll see how long I'll ride this for. Probably the whole day, right? Depending on how the New York session opens up. We'll see if there are any dollar bulls, right? So the trade idea is quite simple. I'm bullish on Euro USD, I'm bullish on Pound USD, I'm bullish on NZD USD, right? All these things, as long as dollar is weak, right? I'm in it, right? And then later on we can talk about if there are any selling opportunities, but we'll see. It's all based on how the dollar is going to play, all right? But before we get ahead of ourselves, roll the intro. Right, guys, we're back. Shake my hand one more time. Right, so this is what I wanted to talk to you guys about today. And then maybe let me just start off by, I'm actually 1 screen down. I don't know what's going on with my 4th screen. So, it's going to take me forever to kind of like get the basics down. So I'm just trying to re-understand how my stuff's going to go before I quickly replace the screen. But let's start off with the trade view heat map. And the other day I had a very sad story on social media. I found out that someone bought a heating map, right? People are scamming people left, right, and center. Guys, this thing is for free on TradeView, right? I think you just type TradeView heat map, right? It's literally for free. It's part of TradeView. It's like you don't need to buy, a heating map, right? It'll just give you an overview. I like the overview. So because of the trades that I'm in, which are the trades that we've been tracking, in my previous videos, the video I put out last week, Thursday, the night before NFP, the video I put out on Saturday, the day after NFP, all those particular trades, right? You'll notice I do want to keep this rate. I'd love to keep the dollar weak, right? So against the euro, I'm in Euro USD. Against pound, I'm in Pound USD. Against NZD, I'm in NZD USD. I've already shown you these particular trades on a live account, right? So I want to keep this party going like this, okay? Essentially, that's number one, right? And then if I can just quickly move to the charts here. In my last video, NFP video, I think the autopsy, we're looking at this area of value breaking, and it did break because it didn't meet our rules, right? We're a rule-based academy. We trade supply and demand, and so if our rules are not met, we know exactly what's going to happen, and so we're not dumb. What I am interested in and worried about is what's going to happen when price gets there. And this is the H4 time frame. So it looks like I have a little bit of time, right? I have a little bit of time before price makes up its mind today. And this could be a perfect intersection, right, between the sharing, rather, not changeover, of the London session and the coming, of I think today a rather dry New York session, right? Because US markets are closed. But essentially, this is the play we're looking at, and we know what happens, right? In the past, because of FOMC stuff, the dollar dollar bull has been very, 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 very active. Where's FOMC? FOMC is somewhere here. There we go. 16th of June. If you remember, there's a interest rates thing, price broke an order block to find another order block, and it's been going on. But before that, that pattern has ensued since the 27th of May, right? So up on this, upward trend line. If price finds a valid order block, it will take it. Here, it looks like the hit will be very far from the trend line, but definitely inside, a very strong potential bullish area. And that's one level to look out for, right? This is a very, very important moment. Let's go back in time. We're looking for FOMC, no, not FOMC, what's it called? Data release. So the data release on Friday for NFP was somewhere in here, in this red candle there at about 2:30 p.m., right? Somewhere there where I put my white arrow, right? So anything can happen. There are only two types of, outcomes. I would prefer that price just keeps bleeding through, man. Maybe into this somewhere there. That's what I would prefer. So if I can just draw, a perfectly aligned rectangle of an area of value, it would look something like this. That's really what I would prefer. And if, in fact, if I want to swing the trades that I'm in, I would prefer it just breaks this level that I've just shown you guys right now, right? So maybe just to think about a perfect buy low opportunity, but glass effect is a part of this thing. So let's just leave that there just in case, right? So this would be, the next, place of strong fight back for the dollar bulls. And it's up to you guys as traders what to do. I'm personally going to watch this. I want to see how long this plays out. Ideally, we want to be on the bull side. It's about 42 pips. That's not too bad. Ideally, we want to be on the bull side, but in general, we trade what we see. So right now, based on what I see, I'd love this to just kind of like break through. I'm just going to flip over to the daily time frame to see if we can get any type of support of that. Hope you guys can see my charts. I'm notorious for not always sharing the screen as I go. I get excited and then I'm gone. But hope you guys are good. Comment down below again if you're in any of these trades. If these videos are helping you, let me know. We will be moving to war rooms being live, right, over the weekends. Just this weekend was tough for me, guys. It was so tough, right? So we can see here there's a bullish engulfing pattern that needs to be, tested. If I can just remove this white arrow, right? You can see price might be approaching this. We drew these rectangles on the H4 time frame. There's not much confluence here, so that might not hold. So if this doesn't hold, then we really come into some serious drops, right? But yeah, price was in front of a strong demand, a strong supply on the DXY. Oh yeah, check a t-shirt. Fight unemployment, right? Through the markets. I really believe in this. You can't see it. You can't see it. They can't see it. I don't want to mess up the camera. You'll see it next time. I say it's fight mass unemployment, and I think this is one way to do it, especially in Africa. This is one exciting way to do it, especially in Africa. You just need to know what you're doing, right? So we've got a break in of market structure here. Number one, right? USD JPY. I'm just because I was really on this chart, so let's just quickly do it. There we go, right? And then now prices retracing, right? So there's a lot of signs that dollar bulls might return to the table because the fundamentals really haven't changed. Bear in mind, we did get a big increase in jobs, right? The thing that caught a lot of traders out was a lot of people didn't read the second part of that data set correctly, which was unemployment went up a bit as well. But dollar bulls, yeah, they're coming. So if they're coming and you take profit on my trades and then trade, on the right side of the institution. So we'll see what shapes up today, 2:30 p.m. We'll see what shapes up, from today into tomorrow's session. If these trades that we're just meant to be a short-term trade, I'm fine with that. But I want to talk to you guys about these specific pairs in this particular take. And because I promised you guys a war room over the weekend, I thought, let's just do it. So we'll talk Euro USD first. Then we'll do Euro Pound. I've already done a short video on this about a week ago on our YouTube channel, right? So I just want us to keep updated. Always review your plan. Always review your plan. So far, it's looking so good. I'm not yet triggered, right? But then after this, we'll then see. And then we'll move in threes, and then we'll end it with EURCAD, right? So this is what I want to do. So remember, guys, or let me not say remember, I've been doing the war rooms off our Facebook page, right? So this is war room 27. By the way, I've done 27 of these war rooms since the beginning of 2021, and I'm very excited about them. We generally yield a high win rate, ranging from 85%, 90%. Our first one for the first financial quarter in April at 100%. All trades went exactly as planned. If I'm very happy, in a super good mood, I generally also prepare a trading plan for all these trades. So I put it all in a document, entry points, take profits, screen grabs, what to do, when to do it, of what I'm going to do today, right? And to get access to that, please check the link down below and just join our public Telegram group. I just dump it in there, right? Or if you're part of our mail list, you'll get it emailed. How much does this cost? Yeah, nothing. We don't sell signals at 365 Trading Academy. What we do is hopefully people understand that no one will ever make you rich. You got to empower yourself with this information, learn to trade for yourselves, and there are links down below there that can help you with that, right? But I do not sell my signals, so please don't buy any 365 signals from anyone because we don't sell them, right? We do want to contribute to the trading community, and this is one of the ways we do that, right? So let's go. Euro USD, you already saw on my live on at least one of my live accounts, right? I've got this propped up on the corporate account. I've got it propped up as well on my personal accounts, 2 personal accounts. Where's EURUSD, right? And I've just been watching this thing. So when markets open, by the way, and maybe we can quickly talk about that. Where's 9 a.m.? This is it here. Yeah, it's about 9:40. Today's the 5th. That's 9, something like that. So markets went up, then pushed price down, right? Then we got in again, and then we've been holding. Then I've been just every time there's a significant break in market structure on the 1-minute time frame, within a 15-minute range, right? Because I'm trying to calculate the lows of the day, because I want to buy, and as a buyer, I want to buy low, right? And then I'm going to ride. I will not be entering this market anymore, right? I think I've kind of like achieved what I wanted to achieve. But I don't want this to be just a review of what I'm trading right now or what trades I'm in. What I want to do right now is to actually then look at the long-term perspective of Euro USD. And for those of you who are not yet in Euro USD, to kind of like start to talk about what potential entries are there, right? But this was the first break of market structure. When price came there, price went down. So personally, I'm very risk sensitive. When I teach students, I tell them, forget profits, think capital, defend capital. Profits take care of themselves if you're rule-based. So by the end of this video, I'll be moving all my stop losses either to break even, right? Because there should be so many other order blocks that will be formed by the time we are done. So on the 5 minutes chart, I can see it's definitely time for me to move at least the first buy that I took in, and the second buy maybe later on the 50 minutes chart. It will confirm my first buy is now technically safe, right? Because we're looking at imbalanced structures as they formulate. I like that. I like being very risk sensitive. I like, if I'm taking a loss, I want it to be as small as possible, right? But let's go to TradeView. Let's do some market analysis on Euro USD. Right, so this is a chart that I work on Euro USD, and I can tell that if you've never been taught by me, this might be a big problem. This chart is loaded, right? So all these lines were drawn before time, and I can see here I'd marked out potential buying plots, right? I'd already said, price was going to buy here, and there must be a reason for that. So let's just drill down and find the reason. I didn't take a single trade because of data. Yeah, there we go. I didn't take a single trade because of what NFP was. I used NFP to confirm what market structure was already doing, because order blocks always show up way before. I took this trade based on a setup that was done on the 6th of April, 2021, 7 a.m. That's how I knew Euro USD was going to come up, right? Now on Euro USD, and I'm hoping this chart is okay for you guys. And then when I mean okay, I'm hoping that all these lines are not confusing you, but let me just treat this like my live classes. In my live classes, I would simply find a different broker, and then we can redraw some structure stuff and talk about it. So I'm just going to remove all of this, remove drawings, right? So Euro USD has been an interesting pair, right? If we go here, you can see Euro is, definitely stronger than the dollar today, which is awesome, right? That's kind of like what we want. We'll come back to this as it loads up. Okay. Yeah, nothing too crazy to go on about here, right? So the overview is okay, especially if you're a beginner. The overview will just give you a good sense of what's strong, what's not strong. But let's look at EURUSD the way I would prefer. So I would just start from the very beginning of this chart, right? So you can see price eventually arrived at what we would call, as 365 traders, a significant area of value where demand exceeds supply, and right, and one of there are a lot of Euro bulls out there. I won't even lie. I am one of those few people who are not a Euro bull at the moment. I am actually extremely bearish on the Euro. And that's just it. You know, you traders would trade what they see based on what they understand, you know, and the information and their influence. For me, I understand the need to become a Euro bull right now. I can see that there's a structural change in the 10-year plan. But for me, that only works only after there's a series of confirmations. I want to see, you know, demands being taken out. I want to see, you know, new supplies being created, higher supplies. But until then, until my supply is broken, right, I can see the overview, I can see the big term picture, right? I understand the long-term perspective of what Euro bulls are hoping to happen. But unfortunately, in trading, hope is not enough. You gotta develop a skill set, and your skill set has to be based on what you see. So what I see right now is the potential for a serious Euro bull, run in the next, or during the third financial quarter, maybe till the end of the year. But I am currently Euro bearish, right? Euro USD bearish, fundamentally because until I can get that from structure, until structure takes out a significant supply and tells me, you know what, we're going up, then we're going up, right? But I can see that the structure is playing around there, but I would not be surprised, number one. Number two, it'll be very nice for me to get a situation where price drops like that. So that if I become a Euro bull, I'm a Euro bull all the way down there, right? So then I can buy with the bulls there. I am in a short-term buy right now, only because of, convenience, right, of what happened on Saturday. But now I'm dropping down for some analysis. So price is leaving a significant supply, number one. Then when price did that, price did seemingly get quite, missed it by a small mark. So it's very difficult to kind of like make a call on, but you can see there's some type of rejection there, right? But that wick could easily be filled, right? But Monday morning we're starting off strong, but that means nothing. Reading candlesticks while they're still running is extremely dangerous. The candlestick must close to give you direction, right? So let's say you are bullish, and you're bullish because your weekly is moving like this, then I understand and I'm with you, all right? And then I'm dropping down to daily. This is what we call an original turn rate. To be honest with you, let's do something for support and resistance, brothers and sisters, right? We don't trade support and resistance, but you can do, yeah, you can see that there's an urge for it, but even that was not enough. So the area of competition was quite thick, and I think it was thick because of NFP. But on the daily time frame, we have this situation here. So let's say price continues up, which is what I hope for right now, because personally I'm in that trade, right? I wouldn't hold price. I'm not gonna bother holding my buy up until there. I would not hold my buy up until there. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, largely because I'm assuming that there's a certain amount of sellers camp there. Now, where's FOMC? This is what I want. I want to be, again, like I said, a Euro bull. Remember, I told you this. I want to be a Euro bull. Right now, there's some bullish action there. But if I get to sell this thing, this is what I want. It's not what I might do. It's just what I want. Remember, I have to trade what I see, not what I want, right? So I would love to trade a reaction to this FOMC sell-off level, because I do believe that when the FOMC said what he said and the markets were so excited, which made a lot of sense for the markets to be excited. I mean, this man was promising interest rates hikes, earlier than usual, more than one, etc., etc. So that's a strong dollar bullish situation. We're talking about fundamental perspective, right? The dollar would enjoy this, right? So I would like, so a part of me, the temptation is literally in a good buy right now hold the buy all the way there, right? Which is kind of crazy because markets might deal with me here, right? So this level here was an intuitive level, right? We thought price was coming up and then price stopped, right? Literally price kind of like took a break here, right? And you can see historically, right, this area has held. So I would love to see this broken, right? But I'm not going to trade something that's quite hopeful. So I might do the right thing for my account and exit here. And then if price does break through, I might sit out of that movement, right? If it breaks through, gives me an order block, all my rules are met, and my areas of values are perfect, and price does a pullback and then goes up there, then yes, sure, I'll join again. I'm happy with that. A pullback in here, a pullback somewhere in there, wherever the pullback will be, and my rules are met, absolutely, I'll buy again and ride it after this area has been taken out. But I will not be holding the buys I've worked so hard for right now inside this area of value here. So my take profit will just be outside in case price decides to significantly drop, right? And doesn't even bother coming back to this level. But if price ever does to come back to this level, this is a beautiful place for me to sell. And that will be really in line with what I'm seeing right now, right? I'm looking at that big structure there, guys. I'm telling myself that my governing suppliers have been taken out. There's still a lot of sell power, and if we're to sell, we'd be going down to a very, very far away place. So this would be, for me, the perfect swing setup position. So swing to position our trading. This would cover me for the whole third financial quarter, all the way into the fourth, I'm assuming, right? If price was to kind of come there. If you look at your presidential chart, a lot of retail traders don't have access to presidential charts. You can see that on our left, it was a bearish engulfing pattern, and there was a significant amount of traffic going down. You can see in the last financial quarter, all we've done a quick rejection. So when I say this to you and I say, look, man, I get what the bulls are seeing. I'm thinking about, is that what the banks are going to do, right? I would. I'm looking forward to another sell run, at least one more hoo-ha, because we're now on the other side of a trend line, right? Market structure, the bear trend is done. The 2008, sell-off is finally given in. The 10-year plan has come to an end. Banks think in 3 months, take profits in 1 year in a 10-year plan. All that good stuff is there, but we still need to do a retest on a technical level of this. But this chart, most retail traders would not have, unless you have a pro account. So my mind is ticking at different levels on different time frames based on what I see, right? Remember, war rooms are just that. I'm giving out signals. I'm not here to teach. It's just to keep the war rooms, quick and fast. I should have been on chart number 3 by now, but there's just so much good stuff to talk about on EURUSD. So I'm looking at this, very curiously, right? 365 traders, I've taught you, you've got a PCP pattern here. What pattern does it want to continue, right? So this is, for me, in my mind, I know I'm playing around with a short-term buy trade, right? And the confirmation of me continuing is price breaking this level. I mean, you can see it will be returning for the first time, right? So, if I was risk averse and quite aggressive in the market, and generally I'm not an aggressive trader, but if I was an aggressive trader, I would want to sell when price gets here, if I was an aggressive trader. And saying, forget me not even holding like my buy beyond this, I'm closing my buy position here and I'm getting ready to sell, right? The H4 area looks choppy, but there's definitely cause of concern there to sell. There's something going on in there, where buyers seem to get extinguished, right? This area of value is about 50 pips, so you have to drill down a bit if you wanted a smaller thing. But as a swing trader, I generally swallow something like that. As a swing trader, 5% risk of the account, I generally swallow, movements like that, right? So that's the 1 hour time frame. All right, so this is FOMC on Friday. You can see we've got this here, lower high, and then you can see we're making, higher lows, so to speak, right? And then if we can go beyond this today, which would be fantastic, right? If we can just break out of this today, then we definitely have a runner, right? We definitely have a runner on the 1 hour time frame. So that's the intraday trade, intraday time frame of the day. I've already shown you on my live accounts. I'm already in it. On the corporate accounts, I only entered quite a big lot size on the Friday. I have not added at all today on my personal accounts. I did get up a bit early during the Asian markets around 4 a.m. just before they closed to see what was cooking. And we've got this, right? And maybe those trend line gurus, if you're upset with how I'm drawing the trend line, yada, 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 I'm aware of this setup too, right? Because you gotta make it natural. So you would have known to buy here on Friday, right? If you had mastered this simple concept here, right? So price is going according to plan, but now price is at a very crucial point, right? So I'm hoping Londoners are awake and they ignore the summer market and we push through. If we can push through, I'm exiting right there. Again, I have no deep desire to go against an obvious bigger picture sell. If they remove this, great. Then let's push me up so I can sell here. If I sell here, it's a swing sell, right? Only Moses can take me out of this sell. Moses and the Red Sea and Pharaoh, right? I'm not getting out of this swing sell unless something terrible happens. If I get stopped out or if I trail my stop loss too tight, right? I would have loved, however, for price to have first entered the zone before going up, right? Before NFP, that would have been nice because then I would have known that I'm dealing with a weaker order block, right? So that's EURUSD done and dusted, everybody. Hope you guys, hope that made sense and hope you trade in line with what you see. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I just do this for my community. They're interested in knowing what I think. They're interested in knowing what trades I'm in. Okay, so war rooms were designed for 365 students, and we're going to be doing them slightly different from July. So I'm slowly introducing you things to the academy. Our course is up there, module 3. I know people are tired of hearing me saying it's coming, but it is coming. You just have to be patient. I'm really hoping to see more people come up consistently, you know, with the rules that have been taught so far, right? So I'm trying to see what's next. What's next is Euro Pound, right? Euro Pound. And I do have a Euro Pound set up, so maybe we can talk to it on the live account or on TradeView. Probably TradeView is more friendlier. But there is a video that I did on Euro Pound, right? There is absolutely a Euro Pound video that I did. You just check the link up there, and then you can have a look at that, where I kind of like made these specific calls that, listen, guys, I'm looking at, I think it was a buy at the time, right? And when NFP popped, right, what happened was on Friday, this thing just exploded up. And I do remember seeing a couple of messages on my Telegram and the privately, you know, someone saying, what's going on? Should I buy now? You know, you said we should wait to buy down there, etc., etc., etc. And that for me is always a problem, right? So I want you to be equipped to make decisions. I said I'm buying down here. I'm not changing my mind. So just because something has happened in the market that you bought there on Friday, you'd be crying right now because it's just a basic breakout. A breakout is a fake out. Most breakouts are fake outs. Not all, but I'm not a breakout strategy trader. I trade supply and demand. That's it. So my previous video where I said, look, I've identified an area of value that is a demand that looks delicious all the way down there, right? And you're looking at it somewhere down here. This is where I'm going to buy. All I have to do now is wait. My setup is done. My rules are done. I don't care what price does up here. So if you look at the smaller time frames where traders were panicking because it looked like we were leaving the channel, right? And we did leave. We retested leaving the channel, right? If I make this small, you can see, right, that at that moment in time, and then NFP came through, and for some reason, price was rocketing up, right? Euro was strong because the dollar was weak, etc. I don't know if anyone panic bought this thing. I really hope not, especially if you're new and you still find one strategy and just stick with it, right? Develop it, back test it, make your back testing be the reason why you abandon a strategy and take up a new one, or you stick to one. Either it works or it doesn't, right? So using different approaches will really give you serious problems in the marketplace, right? So this broke out. I did nothing. I'm still doing nothing. We had short sales here last week, right? Because we're trying to sell into that area, but we knew that there was going to be this area marked in blue here. If I can just minimize this, we knew that price was going to react to this area. So we're never going to hold sales in an area of value where demand exceeds supply, where buyers are. So we took short profits there, and now price is coming down. Right, so I'll be looking at this level, hoping this level gets removed, and then this level needs to get removed, and then more levels need to get removed. up until my buy trade is ready. So my buy trade is somewhere here, and that really hasn't changed. Nothing about this setup has changed for me. It's just a game of patience, right? I would love to buy. Now, why buy Euro US, Euro Pound? Maybe let's go to TradeView for some better optics. Why do I want to buy this thing? What am I looking at? Well, I'm looking at price structure, right? I'm looking at, generally speaking, how markets are sitting in this beautiful pair here, and I'm looking at the compression, right? So a lot, I don't know if people know about compression trading, right? But during compression, when you're looking at an area that's heavily compressed, like this one, let's just go. I just want to see if there's a chart without too many notes. All right, fine. All my charts are marked up. I don't want to delete everything, then I have to redo my analysis for myself later on, but I'm definitely can remove this pip counts, right? I was doing this for my students when we were in one of our classes, teaching them risk to reward ratio, right? So I'll just quickly delete this stuff. Just makes more sense. Remove. Right, here's the last one. Right, remove. Right, so this is what I'm doing, guys. So you can see here we've got some compression. Price is really compressed downwards, right? Let's remove this risk to reward ratio. It's a 1:4, the buy. The buy is a 1:4. Now, during compressions, and this specifically compression that I'm looking at, and maybe other traders have different names for it, I don't know, right? And I've got two orders. There's an H-flow order block, but I'm also going to take a daily entry as well, just to hold it, right? In terms of account size, risk management, how much will this area cost you? It's about 54 pips on the daily. On H4, way smaller, right? On H4, it's about 42, give or take. So if you can afford that based on your account and correct lot sizing, go for it. But a compression, I love these type of compressions because 9 out of 10 times, if price was to come into my area of value here, which I deem as a strong demand, there is no supply to stop me. So my target is clean, like I'm just running. So I'm risking 55 pips or 42 pips based on whichever entry. Let's take the H4 entry just to bag about 253 pips on this trade. It's a classic swing, brilliant trade setup for me, but I have to be patient. I have to wait for it to come, right? It's all the way up there. All right, it might take the whole week. It might take 2 days. I don't care. I've set and forget, right? I've made sure I've got it in with the right amount of lot sizes of what I'm willing to risk in the trade, normally 5% or below. And now all I have to do is to wait for this to kind of like play out, right? If markets do decide to break this whole thing out and go up, then that's all I have to do. I have to wait. And readjust, but I will not be taking any type of panic setups here. But as this compression is going down, all the supply in this zone is being exhausted, right? So that's Euro Pound. If that makes sense, right? I don't really have to spend a lot of time on that particular chart. Let's go to Euro AUD. That's our next trade setup to look at there. Euro AUD. If you're new to the channel and you're just watching, passing through, please do like, share, and subscribe. Please watch the very first video I released so you understand, what is going to be happening in the channel. We still have to talk about trading psychology. So far, I've just been building, the snippets from our class, plus our war room trades like this so far, right? But from today and tomorrow, I will be releasing a video every day, most likely, right? There's always going to be something helpful. But when we start to do traders rehab, right? Basic stuff that every trader needs to know, come check that out, right? And then we're going to be starting to do some war room stuff, trading psychology stuff, money heist podcast. We'll start as soon as we get to 3,000 subscribers. So it's up to you guys, right? So please do share the videos as many times as possible in all those Forex groups. Like, share, subscribe so we can get going. But I'm prepared and ready, right? So I'm just quickly removing notes here, looking at explain what happened during COVID in one of my classes. This was a beautiful buy up and a beautiful sell down with what we call a clean multiple time frame analysis, right? This was a classic MTA, right? Because price was inside specific order blocks, right? So this is where we are. And once in a while, I'll show you guys charts that you also don't have access to, right? So this is the presidential chart, right? And you can see, really, you can see in the presidential chart that this thing has to drop. If a presidential chart, guys, One candlestick is 3 months on the presidential chart. One candlestick represents one financial quarter. We call it the presidential candlestick, right? This is a PCP formation right there. There's going to be a lot of positional trades. Markets are going to be moving, slowly every week. If you check your COT data, right? Every week, my FX book, right? Every week, markets will be slowly moving right into compounding, some sell positions. There'll be pullbacks and blah blah blah. But overall, I'm seeing a slow term trend, downward trend, probably for the rest of the year. Right? Price broke through a monthly demand like it was nothing, went up there to retest it, and then since then it's been dropping like it's hot, right? Literally just falling and flying through. Let's put out a couple of fibs because it's starting to get a little bit messy. So looks like the first level was just a simple PCP. 23, 38. Just counting these fib levels for you guys. Drop this down there, and then maybe we'll hit 50, or we'll stop at the 38 and drop, right? So price has just been in a continuous drop, literally been a continuous sell pressure drop. I'm on the weekly time frame. Let's start to narrow down a particular thing. So with this one, we've just looked at euro pound. With euro AUD, just a kind of reminder for those of you who are unaware, AUD is currently going through what really it managed to avoid. The first wave of COVID last year, March, April, May, June. Australia was just one of those countries that had handled stuff. Australia, New Zealand, they handled their stuff correctly. There was barely a lockdown. So trading went well, economic activity went well, put them at the top. They were extremely risk on from the jump, from the elections in November. All risk sensitive assets were actually quite bullish. And then Australia capitalized during COVID by just a well-organized, government system, give or take. But now they're actually facing serious lockdowns, right? So if you check here, what's going on? Heat map, right? So if you check here, or on AUD, it's going to take time. There we go. It's been quite weak. So on Friday we're bleeding. Today we've got a little bit of strength, but overall, AUD is quite weak. AUD is quite weak because of the COVID thing. Now, I don't like setups like this personally. I like when price makes up its mind and then just sticks to the mind that it's made up here. So I'm going to see daily a little bit for clarity. Don't like it at all. It's almost like price does want to break out. And if it does break out, I want to be prepared for that, right? But in terms of tightening the area of value on the daily time frame, and then looking carefully at some type of confluence, we've got problems, right? Price might be almost halfway through the first order block, which generally means there's not a lot of sell pressure left because all the money to sell was spent here. Sell, buyers came back, sell, buyers came back, right? So they're not using the money to drop hard, right? But and then there will be levels to look out for moving forward. So unfortunately, for me with my rules, I'll be skipping this for now until there's a clear setup. Let me go to H4. Right, so H4 is making higher highs, and lower highs for now. Right, so we'll see. I'll do nothing for now. I'm doing nothing on Euro AUD, right? I'm doing absolutely nothing on Euro AUD for now. I'm just going to let this thing shape up a bit. I hardly ever force trades, guys. I'm not even interested in forcing trades. Let's trade what you see, right? Euro Swiss franc. Ugh. I hate the Swiss franc. It's just one of those charts that I absolutely hate using. All right, so let's go to it. Let's see what's going on there. It might be a trading opportunity, so we have to look at it, but I generally don't like it. Risky buy. Okay, already took that trade. Risky buy, already took that trade. Let's go to Saxo, where there are no nodes, so that we don't double ourselves out. Right, so this is price. One could do something like this is a trend line, right? Just to get a sense of your bearings, market structure, right? So some bearish market structure, has been removed. 2 years worth of selling. This price stopped here, wondering why. somewhere there. Price stopped there. We're wondering why. Why did price stop there? And then now where's price? The price on the other side of a trend line is slowly making its way up. So it's definitely, you know, there's some strong buy sentiment to it. 3 months perspective literally looks the same. 3 months perspective has selling, you know, slightly higher, but that's perfectly fine. Price could actually come back down now and sell right here in the 3 months perspective. Right, there is just really no reason why price would just fly past that area of value there, right? So there it is, the bearish engulfing candle, right? That's what I'm referring to, right? So I'm more bullish than anything else on this particular chart. I am absolutely more bullish than anything else in this particular chart. We'll see how long this lasts, but as it stands, I'm very bullish on this, right? We shall see if I change my mind. And then there we go. So now we go to daily. Now let's talk about potential entries, right? So there might be an even need to draw a channel from there to there to there, something. I'll draw it like this, right? Because I just want these 1, 2 touches. I want everything to perfectly align. I'm not really going to force anything, right? So this is what I'm looking for. And maybe a good buy out buy here. So almost set up like that euro pound, right? A good buy would look like that. And this honestly looks like a golden retracement, 61.8. I could be wrong, but it looks like it. Right, so price is already at a golden retracement. There it is, 61.8, just like I said. But this whole area here, you see this whole area there? This whole area is 61.8 because the next one going down is 0.7. So I'm definitely hoping price drops into this area of value here. It does not have the type of rule criteria that I'd like, right? So it meets about 80% of the rules, not all of them on the daily time frame, but on the H4 time frame, it's perfect. On the H4 time frame, this is beautiful, man. I would take a trade here. On the H4 time frame, I would absolutely go for this. So we'll see when price gets there, guys. You don't take a trade, you check left, you check right, you check what's going on, you know, fundamentally, etc., etc. But this for me is good enough. I like this setup. It looks clean, right? So I'm making a note now so that when I move this to my trading plan, I'm clear, right? And price is starting to pull back a little bit, right? Which is you know, perfect, because we might be getting a specific type of complicated, you know, counter trade, right? So that price can then do what? Sell high, right? Buy low, sell high. Generally speaking, that's what they do, right? EURUSD just being very naughty. Sorry, got distracted there. Is that because I noticed this and then I just went to go check my EURUSD chart there on the 1 minute time frame. Price is now raining down heavy, man. It's coming down fast, right? So maybe it's another take on break of structure, coming back for a retrace, trying to fulfill, you know, areas of value that we're not. We shall see. We shall see. Right, but it's just one trade. And look at my risk, very small, because I'm using these small time frames. I can use a very sizable lot size for me anyways, and keep it at a minimum loss, So I'm making about $1 per pip, right? But I'll probably lose about $5 on this trade because of how I've managed to scale this whole thing down to a 1 minute chart, right? Quite an interesting thing to do. It's very good if you know what you're doing, if you can read levels, and that's for specifically if you're playing on the intraday stuff. If you're a swing trader, then I don't think it's necessarily necessary, right? Stick to your much more solid entry timeframes. Euro pound is the next one. Let's do euro pound. Euro pound, guys, let me know if this video is helping you. Comment, like down below. I really do enjoy doing this kind of stuff because I'm just stuck here talking by myself. I've got my classes at night. I do live stream Twitch, you know, in the New York session with my senior. So I want to use my mornings for the greater community, right? For YouTube. So if you want a video every day, you have to let me know. You know, talk to me, like the stuff, share the stuff. Euro pound, interesting. So that's that risk on Biden election. Prices just short up, right? And you can already tell that this looks just way too off. Like markets are just way too excited here, and we are in danger of coming back for a retest or continuing as is, right? But I'm always open to the idea of coming back down first, right? Because you don't want a situation where you create some type of parabolia or a completely unhinged uptrend that when the fall eventually happens, the fall is too sharp and violent, right? But this chart is looking like it may be in need of that, but it also looks like we might not get it anytime soon. All right, it looks like we might not get it anytime soon. We shall see if they will catch it here, right? So they might have to catch it there. But if they don't catch it there, I'd love to come back down. But for now, price is at an area of value where supply exceeds demand. So the only thing I should be thinking about doing, if we're being honest, is buying, right? Selling. Whoa, I need to take a nap, right? Is absolutely selling, right? So I'm on the euro pair. Area of competition because of this wick here, area of competition. And you can see it's perfect. Price hit that area of competition, then drop. Sellers were in a rush. Order block still untouched. That's the weekly. Weekly, they gave us some retracement. Now price is kind of like going back down. It seems, right? It seems to me. So I'll go down to daily, right? And then price is, you know, playing around with the trend line, doing a retest drop. Now it went up. Now it's doing a quick drop. H4 time frame, you can see again price is doing what it was doing before. I apologize for that. Let's see there, price, there we go. Price came back, price is dropping. Definitely price is dropping, man. It's just that it would have been nice if I was in this thing sometime today, if not last week, you know, had I known, because really the next place to enter price is to wait for it to come back here. That's the next place to enter price, to wait for it to come back here, and you might have to try and capture both areas of value. Right there. It's about 63 pips. It's big. Right, and I'm sorry, I'm talking about really just swallowing all of this as an area of value, just as a hack. It's about 63 pips, which won't really work out. It's too big. It is too big. No risks management style should allow you to swallow big areas. It depends on your account size, right? But generally, the people watch my videos are people learning how to trade. They're trying to figure out, you know, how to make money with little money, you know, how to grow consistent, how to be a consistent, profitable trader. So that might be a slight problem for them, but let's see what happens. This is about 38 pips. Give or take. So unfortunately for me, my entry might be somewhere here. All right, my entry might be somewhere here. This is EURJPY. I might entertain a trade like that, but I do note that when price does something like this, it might just come back here. We'll see how it reacts to this area. There's a lot more, but if price was to do this, this would be great. Drop, come back, drop. Then I would be in the last drop. If price was to do what I just showed you, I will most likely be in this last drop here, right? 38 pips for 180 pips, perfect. And watch, if you're a student, remember, I'm looking at my immediate areas of value. I'm on H4 to H4. I'm not, if it swings long, it swings long. But just to be sure, I want to make sure I'm capturing the right thing. Let's go to 1 hour just because I really am quite excited about this particular setup. Price did try to return, hit the area of competition, drops ever since. That was another missed moment in price that I missed. Happened during NFP, right? So I think I completely forgot that JPY is a safe haven. Safe havens are down, euro is up. I should have come and done something here. I should have come because this would have been a good hedging trade from what I have right now. I should have come, but I didn't. So I missed this. This is literally 2 p.m. on Friday, right? So this is where we are today, and price is broken through, right? Price is now breaking through the second one, give or take, right? So we'll see. Hopefully, price will then come bounce up here, like that, and then go down with me, right? But EURJPY looking to sell, you know, at some point, and then how many more left? How many more left? Hope this is helping somebody. EURNZD, and then we've got one more and we are done. EURCAD, I think, is the last one. We'll double check that. EURNZD is the second last trade of this series. So I'm just looking at the euro pairs, guys. For the whole third financial quarter, by the way, I'll be focused on 25 pairs only. All right, so now would be a good time to hop onto the channel. Make sure you watch every single war room video I put out, because we'll be looking at the same charts, entering, getting reviews, tracking these areas of value. This is interesting, but what is the whole chart doing? That, because where price is right now is interesting for a good setup. Too many notes here. Let's go to a different. All right, let's show you what the presidential is thinking first. Yeah. So presidential has been naughty, right? Since 2015, it's been taking out, significant areas of supplies, which was one, and then last time price went higher, right? So price is slowly starting to edge higher, high, and then lower highs have been formed there. So we're in an uptrend. Basically, we're in a very painful, soul grinding uptrend, but an uptrend nonetheless. And this is where price will most likely stop or be stopped violently. Right now, let's go to this time frame here. Right, there's price there. I'm gonna do something like this there. And then I'm going to do this. I'm just marking areas where price has already hit. And I'm trying to figure out why, and if not only why, when next, right? So I've got these two yellow zones where I consider, very strong supply areas where price has hit. Remember, I'm just giving signals today. I'm not here to really teach. But if you want that stuff, just stay tuned onto the channel. Traders Rehab, I teach, like I really teach, break stuff down to you guys, right? So we've got this here from 2017, right? So we've got a breaking structure to the downside. Price might be itchy to come back up, classic textbook setup, do a retest drop, right? Price might want to do that. We don't know until it happens, right? But let's see if we can predict where price will go to find its next turn. That's what matters. Where will price turn next? Okay, so I'm here now on the weekly time frame. So imagine price tracking this like that, right? If price was to come back all the way up there, I'll be with them for a sale. For me, there's no brainer. If price was to come up here, I would go with them for a sale. So this is gonna unfortunately not happen anytime soon, EURNZD. But I will not forget, as long as I've written into my charts here, I will not forget that there's a sell setup on EURNZD. But then again, price could get defeated there. Right, and then price starts to drop. Price starts to drop. But if it goes above this area here, I'll be looking to sell there, right? That's just me. There we go. Okay, these higher highs are pushing up, or lower highs actually. I'm moving swiftly and slowly, and there's a channel and everything is going great, it seems. Right, so price is moving up slowly but surely, but there's no real clean trade, man. I mean, this is, if you like trading, trend lines and all that kind of stuff, then go for it. For me, not really. I just want that strong supply and demand confirmation for me. So if I did, I should have taken this trade at 7 p.m. on Friday, and I looked at it. I did not look at it. Right, there it is there, perfectly aligned. Price is going up. Right now, price might be going up, and if I was in the trade, I'd be looking to exit here first. So if maybe I'd get in with 3 or 4 positions, my big lot size positions, break even and then hold them, and then the other 2 or 3, I'll take profits. Generally speaking, that's how I try to compound and build my account, right? So I leave some trades running while others are compounding and taking profits with, right? So this is where it's 115, pips journey. Right, and if anything goes wrong, which might happen, where price enters here, drop, then I'll be there, buy and the sell. All right, so that's EURNZD. EURNZD, another potential sell and buy, right? So that's what I'll be looking at in EURNZD, guys. Hope that makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense to me. But yeah, let me know down below. Let me know what you guys are struggling with. Am I coming across clear? You know, don't let me do 300 videos before you tell me that, dude, you're not clear here, you're talking too fast, blah, blah, blah. Talk to me, right? EURCAD is our last CAD of the day, guys, and I'll bid you farewell. And I'll come back later on maybe, and we'll do some pound pairs, right? So I'll come back, see if there are pound setups for the week. But I just wanted to get this out there, you know, as an apology for not being live. All right, so look at this already. You can start to see some correlation. Do you guys see some correlation? I got Forex correlation here. I'd forgotten why I opened this. I wanted to show you guys COT data, right? But there's some correlation. Let's just, for fun's sake, look at Euro AUD and EURCAD. No, EURNZD is the one we're doing now. EURNZD. Ah, man, it's taking forever to find it. There we go. EURNZD. EURNZD and EURCAD. That's what I'm interested in. Top absolute correlation. So there it is. EURNZD, NZD. Continue to be better. 90. For correlations, by the way, I love this 85%. So there you go. NZD CAD, EURNZD, NZD CAD. I wonder what it would look like with EURNZD. But you can tell that immediately when I looked at those charts, these things were moving to a line. I'm looking for EURCAD as quickly as possible. Looking for EURCAD as quickly as possible. I can't seem to find it. Maybe you guys can, and maybe I'm in a rush. But don't forget to use these free resources, man. Look at these free resources. EURCAD. Can't see it. I'm going to move on. All right, but this is a perfect tool. It's somewhere in here, maybe just in the interest of time. Right, so I did see EURNZD doing like shaping up there. Actually, let's just pull it up because you know what, they'll be like, what's he talking about, right? So let's go there. How's gold doing, by the way? Gold's still playing the breakout. As long as gold is going up, by the way, dollar is going down. If dollar is going down, I stay parked in the trades that I'm in right now, right? But let's look at EURNZD, which is the one we just looked at before, right? Literally just looked at EURNZD before. So if you look at EURNZD on the H4 time frame, we've got this drop and power is coming up. And if you look at EURCAD on the H4 time frame, you've got this drop and prices coming up. You guys can't tell me you can't see the correlation. It's crazy, man. So when you master, you know, your rules, right? Especially the rules that I teach, and generally speaking, you can then start to think about such things. Then you can actually start to talk about primary and secondary markets, cause and effect, right? You can almost talk about signals, market structure signals. What would happen? Who's going to get to which area first? If price gets here first, it's not an absolute, but it definitely, there's a high chance if price was to drop here, that when price gets here, price is most likely to drop. So now that I know that, I can plan ahead. You get what I'm saying? So I just found this fascinating. If you go to the 1 hour time frame, right, you can see that price is now approaching something. There's something weird here on the left structure here, right? And whatever is going to be approached here, there's going to be a decision that's going to be made. And that decision might be duplicated in EURCAD if you go to the 1 hour time frame, right? If you go to the 1 hour time frame, that decision was done here on the 1 hour time frame and price kept going up, which means here there's a potential play. There's a potential play that when price gets here on EURNZD, right? Maybe look into that right now. When price gets to this area, it might sell off for a little bit, and that sell-off might be a perfect entry for a buyer. It's just an idea, right? It's just an idea that when price starts to struggle there's going to be some type of push to the downside, but that downside can be planned, right? So that's NZD dollar, the EURNZD, I apologize, EURNZD, where I'm looking to kind of like play a pullback buy here because of what I'm seeing here. And then maybe EURCAD also continue up because of what I'm seeing, right? So these are strong trades to take, right? Guys, I think I'm done. I genuinely think I'm done with the Euro pairs. I've had a good time with you, you know, headache or no headache. I know my energy was a bit low. I am struggling a bit, But thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking. Keep trading. Win or lose, stay disciplined. Exercise risk management. Don't listen to everybody. Start to narrow down your variables. Trading is a game of probabilities. Make sure that you're taking high probable setups. Trade in consolidated averages. Don't take 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 60, 100 trades without reviewing yourself. Get your statistics done. Are you a 50% winner, 50% loser? Do you trade? And when you trade, 70% of your trades are successful and 30% are losses. Those statistics govern the risk-reward ratio you're looking for so that you average out as a winner at the end of the month, at the end of the quarter, at the end of the year. Shake my hand one more time. I appreciate you. I'll see you guys in the next video, probably today, right? So just keep this rolling. Let's keep this rolling. Cheers, everybody. Goodbye.